In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the OMAS 360 Vision Bronze fountain pen. I'll go over the specs, I'll do a writing sample, and I'll tell you what I like and don't like about the pen coming up. Blake here with Blake's Broadcast. On this channel, I review fountain pens, paper, and ink, and as always, I put links in the show notes in the description below. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps out my channel. Alright, let's get on with the review. So here we have the OMAS 360 Vision Bronze fountain pen. Well, this is a very interesting and I think kind of pretty fountain pen. It has sort of a bronzish translucent cotton resin body with gold plated trim, and it's really a striking looking pen. I don't actually really know why they call this the 360. It has this sort of rounded triangular shape to it. It was designed to be ergonomic. I don't personally find this pen ergonomic, but maybe some people or the designer, it worked really well for them. So again, we have that sort of triangular, rounded triangular shaped body. We have this rounded clip here, very cool looking. We have these Greek key cap ring down here, and you can also see it on the inside in the section. Here on the cap you see this little sort of tab. These are where the cap grabs onto the section and holds the cap onto the body. Up at the top we have this finial, which has sort of metal, it looks like brass, up at the top there, which I guess maybe holds in this sort of inner sleeve, which stops about right here. And then at the back, you can see the piston filling system, and we have another gold ring here, and then we have sort of a pin holding the piston knob in place. And then we have a very nice looking Bock 18 karat gold OMAS nib. This is medium, has a hand cut ebonite feed. OMAS always had really good looking nibs, and this is no exception. Now you can see the piston filler working. The cap, or the blind cap, does come off of the body. It keeps moving up as the piston goes down, and there we can see it has stopped. It's just a very interesting pen to look at. There's pretty much no metal parts in the piston filling system of this pen, which I think is good. There's nothing to corrode. You really only have that pin in the holding the blind cap on here. So very nice looking pen all the way around. You can kind of see the feed in there. Just a really interesting pen to look at. Now on the cap here, the back of the cap, you're gonna be able to see this, it says OMAS Italy. It's such a weird, unusual design. I really love the look of this pen. Very pretty. It posts, sort of. I mean, it does post, but this is an insanely long pen. Let's do some measurements. So, this pen is the full-sized 360. There was a Magnum version that was just a bit bigger, maybe a little bit fatter. Then there was a Mezzo version, which was a cartridge-only pen. It did not take a converter. Kind of a weird mechanism on that pen. But this is the full size, and this is a very big pen. This pen was released, I believe, 2012, 2011, somewhere in there. And it's about 149 millimeters long. Posted, I don't really like this pen posted, 108 180, 179. It's insanely long posted. But uncapped, about 135. Now, I'm not going to give you the grip section width on this because of the weird triangular shape. I'm not really sure what the best way to do that is. Now, when you hold it like this, just regular, not putting it to paper or anything, this is very comfortable. They say it's an ergonomic design, and it does feel very ergonomic. However, most people, well, I don't know about most people, a lot of people do not find this pen to be particularly comfortable. And when I hold it like this, it feels great, but this is not the angle that I'm writing on my paper with. I'm writing more turned a little bit, and when you do that, these ridges kind of become pretty uncomfortable. I can get 2 pages maybe out of this pen before it's no longer comfortable. I have heard of people twisting the position of the nib a little bit to accommodate that. Works for some people, doesn't work for others. It's definitely something to be aware of. This is definitely a pen to try before you buy, in my opinion. So let's take a look at the weight. Pretty light pen. OMAS always does a good job, or did always a good job of not making their pens too heavy. 26 grams for a big pen like this with the cap, that's really nothing. 16 grams uncapped. So I've filled this pen. It really only goes up to there. That's all, piston all the way up. One other nice thing real quick is it's not a pen that, you're not going to roll off the desk. That's one of the benefits of this triangle shape. So this is the OMAS 360 Vision Bronze. And this is a medium, and this is Sailor Yodai. Okay, so try fast writing. Beautiful. Okay. So, in terms of reverse writing, does that pretty nicely. Not a huge difference, but it does work. This OMAS nib, this particular one, I do like the way that it writes. You can hear it, it is toothy, but it is a nice feedback. I wouldn't say that is particularly characteristic of most OMAS nibs that I've used, but it's how I got this one, and I actually do quite like it. Now, some OMAS nibs are pretty soft. This one is definitely on the softer side, so you can get some line variation. It's not a flex nib by any means, but you can get some variation. I really do like the nib on this pen. OMAS always makes a really nice writing pen. Now, I will say that, again, this triangle grip section is definitely a try before you buy. You might not like it. I personally find it uncomfortable after a while, and I know a lot of people do too. So what are my pros and cons for the OMAS 360 Vision Bronze fountain pen? The biggest pro here for me is the looks. This looks really cool. This is one of the coolest looking fountain pens in my collection. I really like this smoky bronze translucent resin, and I like it with those yellow gold trims. It just looks like nothing else, and it is probably the coolest looking demonstrator that I own. Now, I also like that it has a really nice Bock 18 karat gold nib with a hand-cut ebonite feed, and it's a very nice, reliable writer. Now, in terms of cons, the biggest con is definitely the triangular grip section. It is definitely a try before you buy kind of pen, and for me, I do find it somewhat uncomfortable. It's good for a page or two of notes, but after that I'm starting to want to turn the pen in a way that is uncomfortable. And I know that is kind of can be a common thing for these pens. You can pay someone to turn the nib slightly, or you can potentially do it yourself if you're very careful, and that can remedy the problem. But in my experience, it never fully solves that problem. Other downsides, the metal trim in some spots is not as high quality, I feel like, as it should be, and that is kind of common for OMAS pens of this era, unfortunately. Other downsides, I've also noticed that on these pens, a lot of times they do develop cracks, particularly along the sort of corners here, the three corners on the cap. I don't have it on this pen, but I've seen plenty of other ones where they do crack. Because OMAS is no longer in business, you have to buy these used, so unfortunately you cannot buy a new one anymore. So those are my pros and cons for the OMAS 360 Vision Bronze fountain pen. Do you guys have this fountain pen? Do you like this fountain pen? Let me know in the comment section below, and if you like this video, please hit that like button, and if you want to see more fountain pen, paper, and ink videos, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much, and until next time.